Today we're going to prepare the screws that we removed from a French timepiece clock for bluing. We'll be doing this on a lathe. You'll need the following items: a lathe, a pivot file, some pin vises, a fine India stone, a fine ruby or degusset stone, and a burnisher. First select the screw and then secure it into a pin vise. Place the pin vise into the lathe chuck and tighten it down. Spin the chuck by hand to make sure that the pin vise is centered and the screw doesn't wobble around. Turn the lathe on and set the speed. I use about 300 to 400 revs. Select the pivot file and place it perpendicular to the face of the screw, but not actually touching the screw yet. Use your left hand to hold and steady the pivot file, but don't apply any pressure against the head of the screw yet. Use your right hand to align the cutting face of the pivot file parallel to the screw. Move the file onto the face of the screw and hold it with a little pressure. Move the file slowly up and down against the face of the screw. These screws were pretty rough. They're going to take a bit of filing flat. As the screw head starts to flatten out, the file will grab less and will be smoother. You can check from time to time to see what progress you're making on the face of the screw. Once the face of the screw is flat, there's no blemishes on it, start to work on the side of the screw. Keep the pivot file lightly against the side of the screw, move it up and down and sideways. You'll see the side of the screw head. This one's pretty rusty. Why it's taking so long, but we're getting there slowly. You can see it's starting to look shiny out. That's looking better. Next, take the fine India stone, use it in the same fashion as a pivot file, starting with the head of the screw and moving down across the face. Once the face is done, move on to the side of the screw. Hold the India stone lightly against the side, move it up and down. It's starting to look relatively shiny now. Now use the ruby stone and repeat the process. Remember, very little pressure when you're holding the stone. Once the head's done, turn to the side. You can see the screw getting progressively shinier. Looking good. Using the burnisher, burnish the face and side of the screw until you achieve a mirror finish. Once again, holding it, very little pressure. Now the side of the screw. Right, we'll stop the lathe now and shine a torch on the screw head to make sure there's no blemishes and it's nice and shiny. Yes, lovely. When the polishing is complete, remove the pin vise from the lathe chuck, making sure not to touch the screw head with your hand. Untighten the pin vise and remove the screw with a pair of tweezers. Place the polished screw into a container and tighten the lid so that the screw won't be lost. That's the shine on the screw. The mirror finish on that.